Hey guys, what's going on today? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our NHL 15 BOJM following the Vancouver Canucks. And as I mentioned in the previous episodes, guys, as you know, NHL 16 is right around the corner, so I'm trying to speed up this GM a little bit just to do certain things in the GM mode that could save us some time so that we can actually finish at least maybe one more year until NHL 16 comes out. And so what I decided to do was simulate the first 2 months of the season like we usually do, but with the simulation speed being extremely long, I'd rather save some time that we could probably maybe finish the regular season in this video. And your Vancouver Canucks were, your Year 7 Vancouver Canucks were hot out of the gate to start. I mean, the first month was absolutely wonderful for us. I think they went 10, let me see, there's 369, that's 10, 11, 12. So I think they went 10, 1-1 in the first month to start off the year, which was absolutely amazing. This month they kind of went back down to reality, but they still finished 8-5 for the month, which actually is not bad. So for the first 2 months of the season, the Vancouver Canucks sit at 18-6-1, very much ahead in the division. San Jose obviously right there behind us, but it's a very good start of the season for the Canucks. So we're going to check everything out here. I didn't check the point totals or anything like that, so I just simulated the first 2 months, and now I'm going to do my usual checkup, and then we'll continue to simulate along because this team is playing well. They were shutting teams down at the beginning of the year. It was absolutely ridiculous. All right, so let's check out the forward group. Galchenyuk with 28 points, Grigorenko with 26, Barzal with 21, Chad Roloff with 21 points, so that's what I like to see out of him. That's the kind of point production I want to see out of him. Ryan Strome with 20, Anthony Duclair with 19 points, 15 goals for Anthony Duclair in 25 games. This guy's only an 84 sniper, but he's got a wicked hard shot, and especially playing with a playmaker like Ryan Strome and another sniper like Chad Roloff. It is pretty nice to see that second line working well together, and they're staying close with the first line, which is nice. Third line, they're getting some points. Glenn Potolny has 11, Olaf Svedberg has 10. Gabriel Bork with 8, Bo Horvat with 8, Brendan Gaunce with 5, and then Gene Bolesky with 3 goals as well. Once again, our fourth line getting some goal support in there. I like that. But forward core, first 2 lines doing phenomenal. Third line trying to keep up there as well. Defensively, Cam Fowler with 20, Serge Turgeon has 19, Helmanen with 12, Dougie Hamilton with 11, Dave Corson with 2, and Joakim Norlund, our defensive wall, with 3 points. And all of these guys are either plus or breaking even, which is nice. And then goaltenders. Look at the work from Dustin Tokarski, man. Look at that work being put in there. Polivka 12-6, that's fine. He's getting the majority of the starts, but when we need a good backup to come in there, Dustin Tokarski seems to get the job done. 6-0-1 so far in 7 starts for Tokarski, at 1.679 goals against average. Polivka at 2.16, which is still pretty good. 12-6, save percentage 9.927, 0.941. 3 shutouts for Tokarski too. Man, Tokarski is on his head. I'm glad we decided to stick with him and not make a trade. Oh yeah, power play. I wanted to check out team overall stats. So I wanted to just check out team stats very quickly. In the entire league, are we the best team in the NHL? We are. That's always nice to see. Goals for per game, we should be pretty high up there. 3.6, so yeah, we're definitely up there. Toronto will definitely come back down. 4.4, it's a little bit unrealistic, but 3.64 is not bad. Goals against average, we should be the top best, other than San Jose. San Jose has a 1.9, and we have a 2.08, so we're keeping close with that, but that's still good. Power play percentage is at like 22%, so it's up there. It looks to be top 10. And then penalty kill percentage is at a 84.2, so not bad. Once again, time shorthanded 38. We are once again most disciplined team, and we are good to go. I'm not going to make any changes with this team whatsoever. It was a little bit of a rough month, but then again, it was a big road trip where we got all those losses in there and then came back with some nice wins. So once again, let's continue to simulate here another 2 months. Why don't we? We can talk about NHL 16 while this long ass simulation goes through here. If something seems to go awry, I'll definitely step in there and make sure that I make a change or something. But yeah, hope all the guys who did go to EA had an awesome time. And I was definitely keeping my eye out for some streams. I caught a couple of those streams. I definitely caught a bunch of the YouTube videos being recorded as well. Saw some of the packs, but as for the GM mode stuff, I was really excited about all the things that I saw for GM mode. I watched most of Flopfish's like 5-hour like stream of GM mode, which was crazy. it was crazy that Tyler put in that much time and effort into like GM mode and stuff like that, but that was pretty ridiculous. I like what I'm seeing at GM mode though. The simulation speed compared to this, what I'm watching right now, it's not even comparable, to be perfectly honest. It's not even any which way comparable to what the simulation is right now. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. I loved how you can just go from like seeing the player morale stuff like pop up at the top of the screen, and then like if you want to have a certain player, if you have players and their morale change throughout the season, like you can go right in from the calendar and go right into their player morales and, you know, have the meetings with them to either increase or decreasing it. I love how the morale system either increases or decreases players' overalls. It's actually pretty awesome to see how NHL 16 GM mode is going to work, and I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be an awesome GM mode series next year. It's going to be a lot better than this. I think I'll be pretty used to it because the menu system is relatively the same, so I'm pretty sure that I can work around the menus fairly easily. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well. Like I said, I got the team picked out. Ooh, Winnipeg, 22-4-6. They're not doing that much. They're actually doing as good as us. And once again, this month is actually pretty good. We're smoking some teams. All right, let's just get this scout back out again. Go once again for the Canadian. Actually, there's a bunch of SHL forwards here. Why don't we just get those guys for 6 weeks? Why not? Yeah, we're smoking teams this month. Our goal scoring this year seems to be ridiculous. And our goaltending and defense is actually on point this year. I don't want to jinx anything, but team is playing very, 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 very well. See, even though we lost that game 2-1, they only gave up 2 goals. So our defense and our goaltending are doing very, very well for us this year. And goal scoring seems to be lighting up teams. All right, San Jose. It's actually a pretty big game there. 4-3 loss. Okay, 3 losses in a row. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. We have a lot of wins stocked up right now. Got a lot of wins stocked up. Just got to get that goal scoring mojo back. We should be okay. Just get a win under our belts, and hopefully we get the get that momentum swing. Just gotta get a win and then get that momentum swinging again. And there's 4 losses in a row. And there's 5 losses in a row, but still, you got points for those 2 games. Another divisional opponents. They only gained 1 point on us each. So shootout loss and then an overtime loss. Another thing that I liked about the GM mode that I was seeing, that it showed you shootout wins. It showed you shootout wins and like overtime wins as well, which I thought was pretty cool. Actually showed you, it actually went in depth about what type of win that you had. And I like the fact, instead of just having like the entire team logo up there, it's all the stuff is in the right hand corner of the screen. It shows you that your AHL's record, it shows your record, the opposing team's record, and things like that. Even the in-game simulation looked really nice, to perfectly be honest. I'm very excited for 15 GM mode. I really am. We're gonna go all out for it. You guys obviously set on max difficulty, hardest trade requests. We want to make it difficult for ourselves, but we also want to have it to be entertaining. See, there we go. 5 losses in a row, but then you come back with 4 straight regulation wins. So I ain't worried about this team at all. 29-8-5. No reason whatsoever to be worried about this team right now. The game against San Jose might be a little bit important, but there you go. You wipe out that 5-game losing streak, even though some of those games were overtime or shootout losses. Right back into the thick of it. 30 wins already on the year. Before the All-Star break. Toronto, alright, they're doing just as good as us. Another shootout loss against one of the better teams. I'm perfectly fine with it, man. Perfectly fine with it. It was the Eastern Conference opponents, that's alright. I don't care about the Presidents right now. I care about us trying to make a bid for that Stanley Cup. There's another shootout loss. I haven't lost a game in regulation in a while. I'm liking this, though. Our losses this year, we're getting points for our losses. It's been a while since I've actually had to say that, but we're getting points for losses. And just as I opened my mouth, a shootout in New Jersey, in Vancouver, but against New Jersey. And there you go. Big win against the Sharks. 31-9-7 heading into the All-Star break. Very good record for the Canucks. Very, very good. We're already at 69 points. Very, very good. Very good. I definitely think a 50-win season is definitely within reach of this team. Without a doubt. How many games have we played so far? Only 47? What's that, at the halfway mark? Yeah, that's just about the halfway mark, so Yeah, we got a good chance to get 50 wins this year if this team keeps up its awesome play. Very good chance for this team to get there. And like I said, I think we can probably just... If this team just continues to win games, we don't need to stop at the trade deadline or make any trades or anything like that. We can just continue to run with this team. There's another shootout loss. Kuznetsov, Shamalov for Hod. These are two prospects that I'm not really sure about. He's a bottom 6 forward. Who is this guy anyway? Hod. He's a bottom 6 overall. He's 80 overall at 28 years old. Samuel Hod. A playmaker? No thanks. No thanks, Calgary. I don't know why I would bother even going to look at that trade. But one more game to end off the month against the LA Kings. Scouting assignment is done again. We're going to go scout those Russian forwards as well. We'll continue up the forward scout here. All right, one more game against the LA Kings. Faith for a third. Drew Faith for a 3rd round pick from the Flyers and Trevor Lewis. Nah, no thanks. I think they're trying to unload cap there. Oof, LA. Not a good record there. 5-1 win to wrap off the month. All right. Another very good month for the Canucks. 33, 9, and 8. Still don't have double-digit losses, yes. And ooh, wow. We have taken a very, very nice lead over some of our teams in our division. All right, so let's check out the team stats first. That seems to be the easiest thing to get rid of. We still top team, still the best team in the NHL. Winnipeg has 2 games in hand on us with 4 points to give, so they definitely can come within reach. Almost the exact same record as us too. All right, so goals for per game. We are at, whoops, I double tapped it there. Toronto's still up there, so yeah, Toronto's scoring a lot of goals, but we're still up there in 3rd with 3.48. Perfectly fine with that. Goals against per game, 2.04. Very good defensive team, best in the league. Power play percentage is at 20.17, so it's near the middle of the pack. How many power plays do we have? Are we one of the most teams on the power play? Yeah, we're most occurring team on the power play, so that makes sense. Penalty kill, we are at a 84.76%, which is 5th best in the league, so I'm fine with that. 17, 3, and 6 at home, 16, 6, and 2 on the road. Last 10, 6, 1, and 3. So I like those losses for points, boys. I like those losses for points. All right, let's check out our forwards again. Forwards seems to be doing a lot this year. Goal scoring seems to be up a lot this year compared to other years. So let's see how good they're doing. All right, so forwards. Mikhail Grigorenko, 55 points. This might be a good year for Grigorenko and Galchenyuk to maybe get a nice little boost here. Both 28 years old, and they both have 20-goal seasons already. So 55 for Grigorenko, 53 for Galchenyuk. Matthew Barzal with 41. He's getting the assists, which is nice. Ryan Strome with 41 points as well. Chad Roloff with 35. I need a good year at a Chad, to be honest. I need a very good year at Chad Roloff, and he seems to be on pace for that. Looks like he might have a lot more assists this year, but he's definitely on pace to get that 50 points again. I need another nice solid year like that out of him. Anthony Duclair with 33 points so far with 20 goals already, so he's another 20-goal scorer. He's definitely already reached his goal amount from last year, so time with the Rangers and that such. He looks like he's going to be passing probably around 50 points again, so it's a nice year. Putonli with 21, that's not bad. Bo Horvat with 18, Svedberg with 16. Look at the positive at my 3rd line. It's about damn time, boys. It's about damn time you got in the double digit for pluses. Thank God. Plus 14, plus 15, plus 12. You're not getting as many points as I would like you to get because Ola Svedberg just dropped down to a 84. Or was he an 84? I'm pretty sure he was an 85 and he might have went down to an 84. Yeah, he did. He dropped one. All right, so he's not getting the point totals that I wanted to get, but at least they're positive. Goins with 13, Bork with 12, and Bolesky with 8. He's the only negative player on our offense, 4th line. That's all right, though. Look at our defense. Serge Turgeon with 37 points, Cam Fowler with 36, Helmanen with 23, Hamilton with 20, Corson with 9, and Nordlund with 6. The goaltenders, Dustin Tokarski's still putting in that work. Polivka dropped his goals against average down really low. 2.02, 24, 8, and 5 with a save percentage of .931. Dustin Tokarski, 1.77, really 1.78. 9, 1, and 2. Save percentage of .937, 2 shutouts and 3 shutouts. No point. Polivka has an assist. Man, oh man, my goaltenders are doing well. All right, I'm not changing anything, man. I am not changing anything whatsoever. Let's continue to go. Just continue to run with this team. There's no changes that I want to make at all to this team. So let's get up to the trade deadline and possibly we'll see where we're at with the trade deadline. Because I think we might be able to finish the entire season in this video, which will be nice. But yeah, there's no changes at all I want to make to this team. They're playing very, very well. Very well. The defense is holding up. The goaltenders are really shutting things down. And our offense is scoring goals. So I have nothing to complain about. Except those 2 losses right there. Don't like that. But hopefully they can turn it around a little bit right now. 33-11-8. Still a really good record, guys. But if we get a couple losses here in a row, I might get a little bit worried. Yeah, okay. Alright, little bit of a rough patch here. Come on, guys, gotta get yourselves out of this one. You guys are a good team. You can play together to get out of it. There you go. Nice shutout win. That'll get it done for you. Alright, ride that win. Ride that shutout win, boys. Okay, 4 losses out of the past 5. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Alright, come back with a win again. Need to string some wins together, guys. String some wins. Colton Gillies, waiver claim. No thanks. Don't need to pick him up on waivers. We're fine. We're fine, we're fine. Don't want to mesh with the chemistry this team has right now. Don't want to mesh with it. God, the simulating is so long, man. I can't wait for it to be so much quicker in 16. We're going to be grinding the living hell out of the game. All right, Shaw and Kuznetsov for a 3rd and Jordan Caron. No thank you. Or it could be a Jay Caron. I don't know if that was Jordan Caron or not. Might have been a different Caron, but that's fine. There you go. Goal scoring's back. 6 goals against Tampa, 8 against St. Louis. Gave up 3 and 5 goals each, but, you know, might have been Tokarski in that game. Tokarski's goals against average is super low. Yeah, a 1st-round pick for Riley Sheehan. He's a bottom 6 forward. What's his overall like? Riley Sheehan is 31 years old. He's 85 overall as a 2-way center. Defensive category is pretty good. He's a 2nd line forward, actually. But, you know, I'm not switching him out for Ryan Strome, nor do I want to take Bo Horvat off. So, I'm fine with that. Giving up a lot of goals in the past 4 games, but our goal scoring has just lit up teams. We let up 3, 5, and 4 goals apiece, but we scored 6, 8, and 6. Team is just lighting the lamp this year like no other. All right, Kuznetsov and Shemelov for Folk. Now these, I'm pretty sure these 2 guys are not good prospects. I definitely want to double check. Kuznetsov is the medium potential for a top AHL forward, and Shemelov is the top 6 AHL defender. For this guy, a grinder. Carter Folk, high potential for a top 9, 26 years old. Nah, I don't need a grinder. I don't know why these guys would want to trade for that. It's the Rangers, though, so... The Rangers, if they want to give us another good deal, fair enough, but I think those guys might actually have some good trade value to them. Surprisingly. It's probably the medium potential, that's why. They're probably like 3 gold stars, I would assume. They're definitely not 3.5. With potentials for like top 6 and top 4, like top 6 and whatever the other AHL forward-wise thing was, but that's what I think it is. If you have a low potential like that, like an AHL potential, Derek Brassard for them, no thanks. I think like if you have a like an AHL potential for them, I think they're like 3 stars, but if they're medium potential, you know, but whatever. So we got 40 wins on the year, 88 points so far, and once again we're back to a nice little win streak of Nick Bonino. No thanks, we don't want him back. We're back up to a 7-game win streak after those couple losses there at the beginning of the month. Straka, no thanks. I don't know why teams want those players. Whatever, there you go. There's another one. 8-game win streak for the Canucks going into the trade deadline. Last game, can we go on a 9-game win streak? Yes, we can. 9-game win streak for this team coming into the trade deadline. I don't need to make any changes, boys. We can finish this. We can finish this damn season up. There are no changes at all I want to make. We can just fly through the rest of the season. Trade deadline's upon us. Nope, I don't need to make any trades. Zinoviev. Nope, I don't need to make any trades. We're running with this team. Nobody's on the trading block. That should give us a nice little morale boost. Not in this game, but maybe in the next game. Modry and Shemelov for Michael Frolik. Nope, we don't need to pick anybody up for a depth. Any depth for a playoff run. We are fine running with this team right now. All right, so Trade deadline's past us. Obviously, we can do our thing. Just continue to win games, guys. We're on a 9-game winning streak right now. Just keep playing solid. 10-game winning streak. Keep it up, boys. 44, 13, and 8. You guys might have that President's Trophy written all over you if you keep this up. 11-game win streak for the Canucks. Dear goodness gracious. Goals being scored. And, you know, goaltenders and defense are just playing perfectly fine. I have no complaints. 98 points right now. 98 points for the Canucks. Can we make it 12? You can make it 12. 12-game winning streak for the Vancouver Canucks. Man, this one is probably going to be the best year for the Canucks. This one is probably the best year the Canucks have had at this 8-year GM mode so far. Ooh, haven't had that in a while. We got shut out for, I think, the first time this year. Wow, Colorado's a decent team. Colorado, I think, is a decent team. So that was the first time we got shut out. Haven't had that happen to us all year. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? We just got finished in Russia, I believe. Let's go back. Let's go back to the QMJHL. Let's continue to scout those guys out. All right, guys, don't worry about it. That's the first game all year where an opposing team has limited us to nothing. They kept us off the scoring sheet, and we come back with 6 goals. Man, our team was pissed. Our team was pissed that we couldn't get a goal against Colorado, and they exploded for another 6 against Chicago and another 5 against Toronto. Man, this team. I definitely think the chemistry was there after riding the. We basically took like the end. Okay, so there's a loss, 5-1, but we basically took the chemistry that we went like 12-0-1 at the end of that trade deadline the previous year, and we're riding that confidence right now throughout the entire year. So there's another win. Gave a lot of goals there, but once again, six goals again. Team is just scoring goals. A lot of points being dealt around this year, which is I like. Definitely need some points and a lot of goals games to get our team up there. And there you go. 50-win season on the year, boys. 50 wins, 108 points so far, and the year is not even over yet. 50, 15, and 8. 108 points. Man, oh freaking man. What a year, boys. It's not even done simulating yet, which is the funny part. Pittsburgh, not a good year for them. 27, 40, and 8. Ugh. It's not really great for them. All right, so we lost against Philly. We lost 3 straight Saturday games. They're probably putting us on NBC. That's why. Nobody ever wins who you want them to win on NBC. Either that or like rivalry night or something along those lines. All right, that's fine. That loss is fine. That's fine. Got enough. We're already 110 points on the year. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, there's a game against Calgary, 4-2. Another win, 3-2. Home and home with them. And finally, Minnesota, 25, 52, and 2. Hello, first round pick for Minnesota. And we lose 6-3. Nice. All right, 3 straight road games to finish off the year. Back-to-back road games in San Jose. It's a little bit weird to end off the season like that, but whatever. That's EA logic for you. I think if we win these next 2 games, we finish with 120 points. If we beat the Sharks. Ooh, President's Trophy might be within the Sharks' reach if they win these 2 games. Yeah, we did lose both of them too. So they gained 4 points on us. I think we have them beat in the overtime category too, so we'll see how that ends. But all right, let's just make sure the regular season is over. Yeah, we still beat them in the regular season. It says the regular season has ended. Let's just double check to make sure. No, there are teams to still play some games here. All right, so let's advance a day. Once we get 82 on the mark, then we can then we could go check out all the stats. All right, so let's go to Stats Central again. Let's double check here, see if everybody has played their games. 82 Let's see, entire league. 82 points all around. 82 points all around. All right, so there we go. We are up there. Still 2 games left for Carolina in them, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. Carolina and New York Islanders still have a game to play here. But your President's Trophy winning Vancouver Canucks with 116 points this year. 54, 20, and 8. Fantastic year, guys. Absolutely fantastic year. President's Trophy winning team. Absolutely ridiculous year, guys. Goals for per game. 3.476. So Toronto was up top all the year, but second best in the league for goals for. No issues with that. Goals against 2.305. Best team for not letting in goals. So I'm fine with that. Power play percentage 21.37, which is good enough for like top 10. So that's fine. And then penalty kill is at a 83.77%, best for 4th in the league. So very good stats all around for this team. Home 27, 8, 8 and 6. Away 27, 12 and 2. Coming into the playoffs, we're 5 and 5, which is a little bit rocky, but I'm sure a team like this, after a playoff run like last year, going into winning the Stanley Cup and then winning the President's Trophy this year, I think this team is definitely on the right track. All right, so let's check out the point totals. Let's see how good this team did. Mikhail Grigorenko, a 90-point year for him. Wow, that is a huge point total for Mikhail Grigorenko. A 30-goal season, 30 goals, 60 assists for 90 points. He only had 63 last year. He had 27 more points this year for him. Great year for Mikhail Grigorenko, without a doubt. On that wing, too. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Alex Galchenyuk had a great year as well. 83 points, his best season as well. So another 30-goal season for them. Wow. Matthew Barzal, best season for him, I believe, with 73 points. Yep. The first line absolutely killed it this year. Barzal didn't get as many goals, but he got the assists going up there, working with those guys. 73 points for them. Ryan Strome with 66 points. That's a really good year for him. That's his best year so far as well, since playing on the New York Islanders 3 years ago. Actually, no, he had 75 points, and that was his year in New York. We got him in the second year, so still a really good year, though, for Ryan Strome. That's really good. Chad Roloff, that's the year I went at him. Didn't get the goals, but he got 50 assists, so I'm perfectly fine with that. 63 points, definitely upped his assist total. That's nice to see. Anthony Duclair with 59 points, 34 goals out of this guy. That guy knows how to score some goals, man. Thank you, New York Rangers, letting him light it up. He hasn't had this many goals since 2018-2019 when he had 42, but he gets back up to what he had in this year, which was probably all these were with New York Rangers up until 21-22. But still, 34 goals out of Anthony Duclair is perfectly fine. Very nice year out of him. Glenn Puttoni with 32 points and is a +7, so no problems there. Bo Horvat, 27 points, +12, no problems with that. Ola Svedberg, 25 points with +13, no problems with that. Gauntz had 21, Gabriel Bork had 18, and Gene Bolesky did have 13. He was the only negative player on our forward core. He had 10 goals, so still not bad, boys, not bad. Top 6 did really well. First line did absolutely amazing. Mikhail Grigorenko. Mikhail Grigorenko might be in the running there. I don't think he's gonna win the Hart, but it's a really good year for him nonetheless. All right, Turgeon. Serge Turgeon, calm yourself, bro. 60 points, my goodness. 18 goals, 42 assists. Thank you, LA. Cam Fowler with 51 points. He's playing top 4, man. Actually, no, he's playing top 2 with Nordland, because Turgeon, we wanted Turgeon to play top 4, and he's still a top 4 defenseman. After a year like that, I can only imagine how good he's going to get. He played 20 games for us last year, got only 4 points. He played 82 game season for us this year and got 60 points with a +35. My God. Raimo Helminen, a very good year out of him. I think that's his best year too. 47 points. Yeah, best year out of Raimo Helminen. Dougie Hamilton with 32. Joakim Nordland had 14, and Dave Corson with 12. 12 assists for Dave Corson. That's pretty good. And then Joakim Nordland with 10 goals. Watch, he's 10 goals. Doesn't have that hard slap shot. You would think he would have a hard slap shot, but he's a shutdown defenseman, man. He's a shutdown top 2 defenseman. That's what I like about him. 160 penalty minutes. He probably throws the body down. He probably fights a lot, but still. Goaltenders. All right, how good did these tendies do? Petra Polivka, 56 games played, a 2.09 goals against average, 34, 14, and 5. Save percentage of .926. 4 shutouts with 1 assist. Tustin Tokarski, had 28 games played for a 2.43, 26-2, with a save percentage of .912, and he had 4 shutouts and 1 point. So Tokarski's goals against average definitely went up near the end of the year because it seems we were playing in him a lot more games, giving Polivka a lot more rest starts in there. And but still, he got the wins out of it. 20 wins from our backup Tendy. That is a lot of wins for your backup, no doubt. He played a lot of games this year. He played almost exactly the amount of starts that Polivka did. Let's compare Polivka again, boys. So once again, almost roughly same amount of starts last year, more wins, less losses, better goals against average, 1 less shutout, better save percentage. So once again, Patrick Polivka is starting to string together some very, very good years. I mean, he's had three very good seasons and 1 mediocre season. So out of the 5 years that he's been on this Canucks team, he's had 3 really good seasons, 1 mediocre season, and obviously 1 terrible season. But remember, he was a backup in that season. In the very first year in the NHL, he went 11-22. But then he has really just started to play his ass off. Like I said, he's making that contract, man. When you're getting paid 7.275 for the next 7 years, you better play your ass off in goaltending, and he is definitely doing that. And in 80 overall, Dustin Tokarski really showed himself this year. Really glad I stuck with him and decided not to get another backup there. And you know, he might have earned himself a nice little paycheck at the end of the year. So there you go, guys. Yeah, let's advance a day, shall we, to see who our opponents are going to be in the playoffs, and then I'll compare it. I think we should be playing the wildcard team. We'll stop the simulation. We are going to be playing the Chicago Blackhawks in the very first game of the playoffs. So let's just take a look at the player stats for the entire year. Just show you guys the top the top goal scorers and all that stuff, and then we'll look at the playoff tree, and then we'll call it a video. All right, so let's just go to the entire league for forwards. See who had the most goals. All right, so most goals was Phil Kessel with 55, Stamkos, McKinnon, Evander Kane, Connor McDavid, Jonathan Drouin, Tavares, Klimchuk, Kane, Crosby, Furch, and so none of our goal scorers up there. No Grigorenko. Assists for forwards. Connor McDavid with 67 assists. McKinnon with 66. Grigorenko's up there with 60, so not bad for him. And then point totals, I think we know who the point winner is. Nathan McKinnon with 113 points, so I thought it was going to be fairly close. Grigorenko is up there, but still. Nathan McKinnon 113, Phil Kessel 110, Connor McDavid 109, Steven Stamkos 108, Jonathan Drouin 97, Patrick Kane 96, Sidney Crosby 95. Grigorenko up there, tied with Landy for 90 on the year, so still a very good year for him. Like I said, and then Johansson and Sagan down there. All right, take a look at the defensemen. Goals, who had the most goals as a defenseman? Josh Morrissey. Yep, that's kind of expected, 30 goals for him. Any of our guys up there? Raimo Helminen, all right. And Turgeon's up there as well, but Raimo Helminen, I did not notice he had that many goals. He had 27, not bad. Like I said, Turgeon's up there with 18, so he's definitely up there as well. Assists, who's it going to be? I think it was Erik Karlsson, right? No, Morgan Riley with 69. Any of our guys up there? Nope, none of our players are up there. Points, Morgan Riley had 85 points, my goodness. Gracioso. Any of our players up there? Nope. Who's that guy? Backstrom. Oh yeah, that Gustav Backstrom guy. So yeah, there's that for the points, and then goaltenders. Let's see who had the most wins. It's probably gonna be Polivka. Ooh, no, it wasn't. It was not Patrick Polivka. Most wins went to Brandon Kegler. That's why the Sharks did so well this year, because their goaltender's playing well. So they had Kegler with 41, Braden Holtby had 41, Price had 36, Polivka was down there with 34. So he didn't have as many starts as this guy. This guy is probably going to get the Vezina this year. No, not the... Is it the Vezina? I forget what the... Is it the Vezina? Yeah, it's the Vezina. So Kegler is probably going to get the Vezina trophy. Yeah, save percentage, yeah, 9.27. Yeah, he's definitely grabbing up the Vezina. So there's the goaltenders. We'll check out the playoff tree. Oh, it simulated the first game for us for the playoffs. Cool. And we won it, so that's cool, I guess. All right, so Dallas versus Colorado, Winnipeg versus Nashville, San Jose versus Arizona, and Vancouver versus Chicago. Apparently, we won game 1. And then the East, Columbus versus Carolina, New Jersey versus Philadelphia, Buffalo versus Tampa Bay, and Toronto versus Washington. So, without me even knowing, we did win the very first game against the Chicago Blackhawks. And what was the score? It was a 4-1 win. So, fine with that. We'll check out the stats, like all that stuff next time. We'll do our playoff run, and we might close the GM mode off at 8 years. I don't know. I'm definitely not trying to do 9. Maybe if it's possible, but I think we might close it off after this year. So we'll see, though, but we'll do our playoff run next time. Leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, guys, and I'll see you for the playoff run.